Fernando Alonso's last years in Formula One were full of frustration and struggle against uncompetitive machinery, but also proved him to be a warrior and a driver who never gave up. The 2018 Azerbaijan Grand Prix began with the McLaren driver setting his sights on a rare points finish. But his hopes were crushed just a few seconds into the race when he was caught in a collision that punctured both his right-hand tyres. By the time he reached turn 15, they were down to the wheel rims.
Unbelievable. You take care in corner 1, corner 2, and they crash into you. Stupid.
The 36-year-old dragged his car back to the pits in an unbelievable exercise of tenacity and driving skill, narrowly avoiding running into the wall on entry, but suffering extensive damage in the process. After checking the car was structurally safe, the team sent Alonso back out with new tyres and front wing. He'd lost 20 points of downforce, equivalent to half a second a lap. But despite major damage to his car's floor, and thanks to a safety car bunching the field back up, he skillfully fought his way back through the field to finish an incredible 7th.
Seguramente la mejor carrera que he hecho en mucho tiempo, o la mejor carrera de mi vida.
To arrive at your home race as the reigning world champion will always be memorable. And the roaring grandstands worked their magic, because that afternoon in Barcelona, Spain's first Formula One world champion took the victory in dominant fashion, with a peerless lights-to-flag win to increase his championship lead over Michael Schumacher.
Yeah, fantastic. I finished in front of everybody here, in front of my people, my supporters. I think it was the best feeling so far, I think, in a Formula One car.
The win was Alonso's 12th consecutive podium finish, and he would give his fans much more to celebrate as he won his 2nd world championship at the end of the season. Tension was high in the build-up to the 2010 Singapore Grand Prix. The championship lead at this point of the season could have been taken by any one of 5 drivers: Mark Webber, Lewis Hamilton, Jenson Button, Sebastian Vettel and Alonso. The intensity of the fight between Alonso and Sebastian Vettel was never more obvious than at the start, with Alonso forcefully countering Vettel's getaway.
Alonso leads. Back comes Hamilton though, into the first corner.
Vettel had a slight pace advantage in his Red Bull, but although he put Alonso under relentless pressure in the closing laps, the Ferrari driver's focus never faltered. The young German did his utmost to induce an error from Alonso, but the Spaniard used every inch of road to hold on and crossed the line to win by a margin of just 0.293 seconds. Still the closest finish in Singapore to date.
We did it. Grande, grande. Super guys, thank you very much. Siete migliori ragazzi. Vai! Woo!
Alonso had won from pole, led every lap and set the fastest lap. His only Grand Chelem in Formula One, and a 25th victory that put him level with legends Niki Lauda and Jim Clark. Alonso arrived in Hungary in 2003 already as F1's youngest pole sitter and podium finisher, but he would leave having recorded another milestone. Starting from pole once again, the then 22-year-old raced into the lead, with Kimi Räikkönen doing his best to stay in touch. With 10 laps to go, Alonso asserted his dominance by lapping the reigning world champion Michael Schumacher. And as the checkered flag fell, he was 17 seconds clear.
And Fernando Alonso wins his first Grand Prix, and he becomes the youngest man ever to win a Formula One Grand Prix.
Eclipsing a record set by Troy Ruttman at Indianapolis in 1952 as the youngest winner of a round of the Formula One World Championship at the time. The 2007 European Grand Prix was a race riddled with spins, stranded cars and heated disputes, and one Fernando Alonso excellently mastered. The race began and ended with rain falling, a heavy downpour forcing the race to be stopped early on after multiple crashes. Upon the restart, the race was a battle fought with Felipe Massa and Alonso, with the Brazilian holding the advantage. The Ferrari was faster than the McLaren in the drying conditions at the Nürburgring, But with 8 laps to go, the rain fell again, and Alonso began to reel him in. He was decisively quicker than Massa and tried to pass the Ferrari at every corner. Finally, on lap 56, he got around the outside, seizing the inside for the following corner and toughing it out as they banged wheels in a perfectly judged example of controlled aggression. He won, and his post-race quarrel with Massa was a byproduct of racing adrenaline. What we'd witnessed was Alonso's mastery and pure racing.
We touched each other 2 times, and I apologized to him maybe because I was so stressed when I finished the race, because we nearly didn't finish the race, and now I try to enjoy the victory and forget everything.